I remember us coming down to Atlanta for Freaknik.
Oh
And my
my
dad was like,
God.
oh shit. I forgot that this is what's going on down here this weekend. And I mean, like, I remember seeing butt, like cheeks hanging out of like these coochie cutter shorts, like
Yeah.
halter tops, crazy hair. Like it's prominent in my it's
It
stuck. Yeah, it's like stuck. And then my aunt lived in New Orleans.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Armand Lindsay back again with another episode of Big Boss Talk, the podcast. Listen, I was just telling my guests, I say I'm 2 for 3 right now. I got the second piece of the 2/3 of the brunch crew. I think just being able to watch, obviously Shanice, how I was able to get on, but then also just being able to see her friends, the group of bosses that she hangs around with, the group of ladies that are just walking in there each in divine different purposes, and it's great to see how everybody sticks together. They are packed, like they got each other's back no matter what. And so, I pride myself on bringing top tier guests onto the show, and I think I got another top tier guest because once I read this bio, y'all gonna be like, man, nah, she top tier for real. So y'all get ready. So listen, I got Ashley Butler, age 29, career job, business administrator by day, CEO of 2 businesses by night. I know about 1 business. I'm gonna have to get into the second one because I don't know that one. But her college / degree, she has a psychology BA, master's in rehabilitation, counseling, and case management. So she's 4 years in as far as like the profession. So she has some time under her belt. She can provide us with different knowledges, things that she learned, things that may have tripped her up along the way, but she's able to give us that knowledge and really put people on game. So Ashley, say what's up to the podcast.
What's up, y'all? What is going on? What is happening? It is tonight. We're gonna have a good time. I'm excited. I'm open. I'm an open book. So I'm anxious to see what you're gonna ask me. Number one, and two,
really,
I'm excited to be able to provide some knowledge to your viewers, and hopefully I can help somebody. And if y'all have any questions, my door is always open to hit me up. So yeah, sure.
For sure, that's what we're about. So listen, I told her I got some hot picks. Just a few questions, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know I come strapped with the card. Got a few questions. I think it'll be neat. Just really want to know, your taste. So, number one, I talked about karaoke, right? So if y'all don't know, if you're not following, right after this, just make sure you follow.
Yeah, what you doing? If you ain't following, I need you to follow.
If you ain't following, just make sure you tap in.
I need y'all to go ahead and get ready and need to be able to get these ads and also these YouTubes down together because y'all need to be able to follow us and then you can act like you know us. Like you know us.
Yeah, you know that. So listen, what's your number one karaoke song? Like when you pull up and they be like, hey Ashley, we need you on karaoke. What's your go-to jam?
Goddamn, if you would not ask me, I could have told you that before. Can we cuss while I'm saying goddamn?
Do your thing. Okay. Everybody ask that question.
Sorry. What is the name of the song? It's about to stress me out. It's by Lil Mo. Everybody, we hear it at weddings all the time.
I don't know that one. Hold on. You might as well sing it now.
I can't think of that. Forever. I'm tripping.
Okay,
forever.
That's crazy.
I was having a moment, a senior moment, bro, literally.
I would have sworn I would have thought you might would have picked what's that?
Not Call Tyrone?
Yeah.
That's what I've just started doing that.
You just started.
I literally just started doing that. But before that, I was always doing Forever by Lil Mo. That's like the go-to. Like anytime that song come on and I'm with the home, they're like, no. So we know you're gonna go. Okay. Go get the mic. Go.
That's crazy. Okay, so then listen. We know you. Well, everybody don't know, but you live in Atlanta. It's the Blacktopia, the mega of Black Hollywood. Like it's just all like when I look at things about Atlanta, everybody it's just all black. Even though white people stay there, they take up space, but it's all black. What is the top 3 hookah spots.
Oh gosh.
Like every time you go, you gonna have a good time. Like that's where you need to go.
So everybody in Atlanta, everybody likes. Well, I'm crewed out, but everybody likes crew lounge. Now crews are like all over the U.S. Like they popping up everywhere in these major cities. And that's like an actual specialized hookah spot. So you can't never really go wrong with the hookahs and crew. But if you go into these lounges and these restaurants and these bars, you got to pick your poison and pick your dime, because either you're going to be paying $50 to $60 for a hookah.
Right.
Or with you paying that $50 to $60, the hookah ain't good.
That's crazy.
Or you may be paying the $50 to $60 and the hookahs, it's all right. But when you get to putting too many people on one hookah, it goes out quick. But okay, so we got crew. A hookah spot. Well, it's like a hookah bar near me called Blue Cantina. Okay. And then what else? Oh my gosh.
Need one more.
Oh no, what? Spot that we go to that we like a lot called Black House. Okay. And that's like in Marietta. It's not really Atlanta, but it's not too far. Those are the three. So we got Crew, Blue Cantina, and Black House. Black House got some really good hookah. Like, they hookah is really worth it. And before, when they first opened, like, the hookah was like $35. So we were like, oh yeah, we're going over here. I want to get on that. It's going to sit down because we're paying $50 for everywhere else. So they went up due to the pandemic.
Nah, that's wild that Atlanta doing y'all like that. Because even in Houston, we don't pay no $50 for no, like, I'm not paying, like, me personally, like, I don't mind hookah. I do it for the vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, it's really a lady thing. I mean, you don't refer.
So you judge? Do you judge?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure.
But I mean, more than none, you gonna see women. You gonna see women.
You gonna see women on hookah way
more
than men.
Could go to the bar and see a table full of guys, and it won't be no hookah on the table.
Okay, yeah. You might see that.
They probably rolling a little weed.
You definitely gonna see that. You definitely gonna see that. Got you. All right, so listen, everybody. Y'all heard the top 3 spots if you want to go get you some good hookah. The next question, though, is what's your favorite hookah flavor? Now, that's key.
Okay. I got about 4. My favorite, so my absolute favorite, we done kind of weaned off of it now, but, woo, child, we used to do Big Boy. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. It's like, don't nobody know what the mix is. It's a mix of a whole bunch of stuff, but we don't know. Wow. So I like Big Boy, but I don't get it as much because a lot of places don't sell it. So a lot of the hookah spots do the Mighty Freeze, of course.
Yeah.
And then I like Peach and Mighty Freeze.
Peach? I ain't never had peach. Sound good.
It's good. And then what's another one I do? Oh, and then like Blue Mint or Blue Mist.
Blue Mint.
I ain't never go wrong with blueberry mint.
You can't go wrong with that. That's safe. All right, cool. So you also are a big dancer. Or maybe not. I'm not sure. Favorite 90s dance? Like if you at a party, y'all do a lot of theme parties.
We do.
Which is dope. Which is dope. But if you had to hit a dance with your, either to save your life, I mean, you got a gun pointed to your head and they say, look, we need you to bust a move. What's the move?
So many, but I'm probably gonna because I'm from Atlanta. I'm probably gonna say like the Bay Head bounce. Like they got to be like the best. Yeah, you gotta be, and then I gotta put the.
You gotta
like bring it back. Yeah, I gotta get the fish roll in. That Bay Head bounce do something to me every time I hear that song. I'm like, okay, let's do the Bay Head bounce. You just cannot not do the Bay Head bounce when you hear the song.
You can't. Okay, that's hard. And then this is the last question. Favorite R&B king and queen. Like, I know this is tough. I know it is tough. I know it. But I just need one of each. Like your top male R&B artist and your top female R&B artist. Like you riding in the car.
All time?
Now. Let's just say right now. You want to do all time? Let's do all time then.
No. We can do right now. Let me see. Cause see, the problem is, cause I'm auntie out the group. Auntie don't listen to all that new stuff. You know what I mean?
Listen to the new.
Don't listen to okay. Let me see. R&B queen. Who am I giving? Oh, this is
it's tough.
Okay. Okay. R&B. Come on, queen. Who? Female. Okay. I like her. I like her a lot. And then her and like Summer Walker, like
okay. Yeah. Her. And
I'll really say Summer Walker because she's super more relatable to me. So I'll say Summer. And for the guys, I'm going to say I love Brent. I love Brent Fayez. Like that's my heart.
That's your guy.
Yeah, that's my dog. Like Brent get me where I need him to get me. Like he one of them. And it would have been like if Bryson would have stayed on his his tenure like I wanted him to, it would have been Reverend Tiller because that was
Reverend Tiller.
Trap Soul held me down for a very long time. It still do. But Trap Soul had me in a chokehold for a long, long time. Okay. But yeah, so we'll say Summer Walker and Brent.
Got it. Okay. So we got her and then we got Summer Walker and then you said Brent. Okay, I love Brent. Brent my dog. I can vibe to Brent all day, every day. Then you got Summer Walker. So I'm not in the Summer Walker. If you would have said her, I was like, okay, I like her.
See, I like her too, but see her with the last thing she just came out with, it kind of had me conflicted.
What about Lucky Day right now? I'm surprised you didn't say not a Lucky Day fan.
I just was talking to somebody about Lucky Day today. I'm still a little indifferent about him. I didn't really care too much for his album for real. I like him on. I feel like he's a feature artist right now. Like he's really good on features, but outside of that, and I could have also said LMA, whatever the hell her name is. I like her too.
Yeah, I like. Okay, she was just on the Breakfast Club.
Her last album, this album she just came out with is really really good. I don't know why ain't nobody talking about it, but it's good.
And they haven't talked about it. I like the first track. Is dope. I like the one with Roddy Ricch, and then
then the one that she had with
she got one. I like the one with Lucky Day actually. When you
talk about the one that she got with Lucky Day is a good. I like the whole album.
You like the whole thing.
I like it. It flows perfectly. Like it's almost like she kind of just telling like a story in a sense. So you don't. Right. To me, I didn't have to really skip any. It was somewhere I wasn't really tuned in to what she was saying, but for the most part, I was like, okay, because I was nervous. I thought. Thought you said forget music for a minute. Oh, I didn't say Jasmine Sullivan. Hold on. Let's move some up out the way. I forgot my girl Jasmine. We put Jasmine up there. That might be my top for right now. Yeah, we need to put Jasmine on there.
Everything Jasmine do. Everything.
Everything.
The deluxe.
I don't have any issues with Jasmine. I was so sad when she took that long 8-9 year hiatus. However long it was a long time. How long she took that hiatus? I was so sad because I have so many playlists that I curate, and Jasmine Sullivan is probably on every single one, at least one time.
Yeah, Jasmine get you through it. She got a soulful voice, but that's what's up. We made it through hot picks. It wasn't too bad. I thought it'd be something neat. Give them a little taste about what you got going on and what you like to do. So. We're going to hop right into it. So obviously this podcast is very much educational, right? I don't sit, I know right now niggas get a bad rep for podcasts and stuff like that, but I'm trying right now, this is to stay in my lane as far as just, I want to do educational. I want to give people more perspective. I think exposure leads to expansion. When you expose people to different careers and different things that people do, like you just never know, like you might have a friend that does something super cool and super dope and they very successful in it, and it might be something that you want to do, so you might want to hop into it, right? But if all you know is the life, all you know is just scamming, all you know is selling drugs, then I can't be mad at you. So I bring people on just to show the different perspectives, but it starts off as just going from the beginning. So Ashley, tell me, what did you want to be? What did little Ashley want to be growing up? Because I see we got
completely different from what I'm doing now. I wanted to do everything. Ashley wanted to be everything. I wanted to be I really, really like, I grew up as an only child. I have a sister that's 20 years older than me. So, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what my parents were doing. But anyway, so I grew up essentially by myself.
Yeah.
So I had a wild imagination. Like, as a little girl, like, you're not outside playing, you're in the house doing whatever you're doing. And I used to be so infatuated with all of my teachers. Like, I loved school. I was the kid that loved to go to school.
Okay.
If I missed school, I was in distraught. I did not want to miss a day. Like, I used to always get perfect attendance. I was that kid.
That's different.
So for a long, long time, I used to want to really be an educator.
Okay.
Up until I ended up getting like in high school and I started taking psychology classes and, just kind of like starting to like realize, hey, the mind is pretty interesting. Like maybe I could kind of like be, something on that. So I used to teeter-totter with that in English. So I was like, English. I can be an English. I can go to college and be a teacher, be an English teacher, or I can go and major in English, but it's who really be majoring in English, So by my senior year, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to school for psychology, and I had really had plans to be like a psychiatrist at that point.
Okay.
And then I found out being a psychiatrist came with so much, so I was like, yeah.
What does it come with? So like
you have to go get you got to go. You get your BA, you can go get your master's, and then you have to go get your doctorate. So that's a lot. I'm not interested in really having to study because as a kid, I thought psychiatrists and psychologists was the same thing, but they're two separate entities. As a psychiatrist, you can prescribe mental health, medications to people. Okay. As a psychologist, you can just only diagnose folks and be their therapist and whatever, but you have to then send them to a psychiatrist for medication. So I was like, yeah, my cousin's a doctor. Sis had no life.
No life.
I'm not interested. And shout out to all the doctors medical doctors. I really salute y'all because taking that chunk of your life away, I just couldn't do it. I thrive off of social interaction. I'm super, super extroverted. It's very rare that I'm introverted. So I was like, yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna do that. So growing up as a little girl, I definitely ain't see myself being a business development or administrator. Now I'm actually trying to get back into the psychology field. Like I'm trying to hit the backstroke to get back there. So.
What you gonna do? Like as you trying to get back, what's the idea of what are you wanting to do with that?
I kind of fell into the administrator. I don't have any background in business, so it's been a benefit to me because I am a business owner. Plus, I work as an administrator on the back end, so I kind of know like the legwork that goes into running a business.
For sure.
But when I first had graduated from college, I had got a job working at a day center, like a day program with a lot of behavioral health clients, individuals, whatever you want to call them.
Gotcha.
And a lot of our population were schizophrenic, bipolar, or someone was like dual diagnosed with both. So I loved that job. Like it was amazing, but I was only getting paid $12 an hour. And I said, who? Because baby, I graduated college in 2015. So I'm like, baby, I got
bills to pay.
I gotta get out of my parents' house. Like I came back for a year, but they got to go and make some money to pay some bills. And I'm like, $12, I'm not gonna be able to get nothing. Yep. And I was there for two and a half years, almost 3.
Okay.
And like just doing the work that I did because my position was a facilitator. So what we would do, we pretty much, we had some people that were like high functioning, which they have a mental illness, but they're very capable of getting a job. Mm-hmm. They're very capable of driving. They're on the higher
day-to-day.
We had low functioning, which
got a mind of a 2-year-old.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So a lot of my classes, like we would facilitate all these different type of, in a sense, I guess it's kind of weird. I guess you can say I kind of came back tenfold as being a teacher because that's what it was. Like I was teaching them how to maneuver with their mental illness through everyday life. So we would do like counseling sessions, icebreakers, all these different little things, and we would document it, send it up to the state, get paid for it. But the environment the owner of the business was trash. And of course that can really taint an experience of somebody that just coming out of college that, you know, a lot of times with psychology, you have to have experience. Like you just can't pull up in a pool and get dropped in it with not knowing how to swim. Like you got to be able to float or something. So like with that, luckily she gave us an opportunity. Like all of us were like fresh out of college. It was rarely anybody over 25 that was working in there. So everybody was like, you know, just you know, living their best life. And a lot of our clients were old enough to be our daddies, mamas, aunties, grandmas, anybody. But it was a really, really good environment. And when I got out, I tried to go to something different, but the same type of field, and got folded up in dermatology. I don't know how the hell that happened. Got working at a dermatology office, and I had said when I got done with my master's, I was going to get back in the field, and then I got stuck as being an administrator. So, I mean, to say that my plan was when I got done with the first job, I wanted to be able to open up my own day program, like what I was working in.
That'd be dope.
So I guess kind of the experience of being an administrator kind of came back, you know, for me to kind of know the legwork of a business. But yeah, I'm kind of like all exhausted out. So trying to get back to psychology. But the only problem is I don't have as much experience. Now I have the education wise, but you know, as far as like, I only really got like 3 years up under my belt, and I got almost like a 8, 9, 10 year span of work history.
Do you, I mean, how does that, because I talk to a lot of people that they still, you know, they kind of on the same path as you, as far as like, obviously, we go to school for one thing, and it's me, it's myself, you know, I go to school for one thing, and I'm probably not doing nothing that's geared towards my degree. So it's kind of almost, it make you think like, dang, did I just waste, you know, I ain't gonna say, money, you know, wasted money. I ain't gonna say time, because I think college is a great experience, but
I agree.
The money aspect, like all the money that you put into it, it's like, dang, like I come out of this and I still got this debt over my head, and I'm still don't feel fulfilled as far as like what I really want to do. Through your process of going from, you know, you talk about the span of different jobs that you have, like, do you ever get down on yourself? Like, you know, do you ever feel like, you know, you go in the right direction? Like, how do you keep moving?
You get stagnant. You kind of be like, oh, Lord, am I doing the right thing? Because at this point, I ain't trying to waste no more time if I ain't got to waste no time. Sure. But I'm grateful for the jobs that I've had, because all of them are kind of somewhat warped with responsibilities that can help maneuver you if you were to be your own whatever. Right. You know, so like, I don't fault any of the jobs I had. Now, some of them was bullshit, but I learned some things, you know what I mean, that I could take along the way, you know, along the journey or whatever. And I have an issue with leaving jobs too. So sometimes I stay in jobs a little bit longer than what I need to be staying. So, you know, it does get a little sticky in that aspect, but no, I don't regret any of my jobs. I really had some really, really, really good jobs. Over the years, and I'm just kind of, now that I'm teeter-tottering on 30, it's like, okay, sis, what are we doing? What's going to be like? Where I'm at, I don't see myself being there. I'm at the top of the roof, like hitting it, like, all right, now, about time for me to press. About time for me to go up out of here, because the roof is not growing, and I'm hitting it. So, you know, I'm just kind of like now just trying to figure out what's my next step. And now I want to kind of be able to, you have to kind of set your foundation, you know, in your 20s in a sense, I guess you could say. But now I'm ready to like get into my passion and what I can get up and be okay with going to work and doing every day, because I love psychology. And essentially with me being an administrator, I still kind of, you know, I talk to clients damn near all day, and they venting, talking about whatever they got going on with the wife and the children, and you know, so I mean, essentially I'm still kind of doing the thing that I love, but I want to get back into, I'm not a routine girl. I like spontaneity. I like it to be kind of like, what I'm gonna do today? What's gonna happen today? And that's how it was working the day programs. I literally like,
you don't know, somebody can have a bad off day, like
for real,
they throwing stuff today, like, it's going off the chain. So, I mean, I think it's good that you highlight that as far as just your mindset with the opportunities that you were given. Like, I think a lot of people do feel, they can look at social media, they can look at, you know, people around them and feel like, I'm not where ought to be. You know what I'm saying? Which is not really the case. You know, for me, I understand that. I'm starting to think that time is just really not even a thing anymore, because it's like you can really take off and really find your groove in different ages. It's crazy because everybody's story, how they take off, how they do is like you could pop off at 45, which obviously we don't want to wait to know 45. But
I mean, but we got some of the GOATs that Bernie Mac, for example, he started so late in the game,
super late,
and then he was like Chef's kiss. He was immaculate. Like everybody knows Uncle Bernie. When they got him a whole show, after, like what, maybe like 6 years of acting. I mean,
it went crazy.
As a woman, though, you know, it is kind of tough to kind of keep your mind or keep your head straight ahead, because I know I get very like, oh, okay, what's going on over there on that? But I need to be just chilling, because, you know, women, we just essentially we're just instilled with that biological clock. So it's a lot of things that we would love to have situated and grounded by a certain age. Right. Whereas with men, y'all kind of have a little bit more leverage with that. You know, it's kind of like, and two, with men, y'all have a little bit more discipline. Like, if I ain't where I really want to be, I'm not finna, well, some, let me not say all. If I'm not where I want to be, I'm not really finna be out here entertaining anything outside of what my purpose is. Right. Whereas as women, you know, sometimes we can get a little straggle-legged and around the way. But I definitely agree. I don't think I'm trying to learn and instill that and keep it. I tell myself that daily, and tell myself, like, Ashley, stop the time. Like, as I'm now getting closer to 30, like when I was 20, I was like, damn. I'm 25. I better be married. I better have me a kid.
Hot girl. Hey, it's hot girl summer at 25. I
got 25. I said, bitch, you were silly. You were silly. Like, why did you even have that as a thought? Like, at 25, I was living my best life. Like, I was in my prime. I was just like, really like, I got this 20 shit under control.
On lock.
Like, I got like ready, like, we finna make it somewhere.
Yeah.
But now that I'm getting closer to 30, I'm like,
what happened?
30 here. You know, 22-year-olds looking at me like auntie. And I'm like, oh, don't say auntie, but I really ain't old. Like,
yeah, like, you really not.
Yeah, like, I really felt like at 20, 30 was just, I really thought that I was supposed to have all my shit together. And looking at myself now, like, you know, I'm there. I do be wondering sometimes, like, damn, how I paid that rent last month? I really don't know. I think I paid last month, but I made it do. I made it work. 20-year-old Ashley would have been somewhere probably calling mommy and daddy like, hey, let me hop on real quick. You know what I mean? I'm a little.
What you do?
You know, but as you get older, you learn how to budget, you learn how to discipline yourself. Yeah. And, you know, you just can't do everything, can't make everything, and you make it happen. So, yeah, age, I'm trying to get myself from not thinking about age.
It's a blessing and a curse, man, because, like,
it is.
When you talk about, like, when you were younger, like, you really ain't have a lot of carefree. Like, I know me, like you said, living your best life. But when you get, and then I also still view myself as if I'm 25, 26, or, you know, 23 or 22. So it's like, when you think about it, it's like, dang, I'm you know, really a grown man. You know, I hit with it, you know, got pay bills, got responsibilities. You know, they looking at me like, oh, you the OG now. You know, so it's like, what up? They don't know I'm not your uncle.
It's crazy because I meet so many like younger girls, you know, that possibly follow me on social media and be like, girl, I need to talk to you. I need to get some advice. And I'm like, you want advice from me? Look, girl. I ain't made the business decision. This life shit crazy. Like, I ain't got no blueprint on
my crazy right now.
Book, get it to me because I need it. I need to fast forward a few chapters and see what's gonna happen up in chapter 45 or something, because the unknown of life is wild. It is, and I am also grateful too, though. I tell my niece is 2 years younger than me. And then she has a best friend that's like, I think a year or two something younger than her. So when I'm 29, she's 27. So her best friend like 25, 26, something like that. Yeah. And well, then my nephews, my youngest just turned 21. Okay. Their generation, weird. Different. I'm grateful that I grew up very balanced, you know, because I ain't gonna say that I didn't know nothing about social media, because I definitely had the tag, I definitely had the Bebo, I definitely had the MySpace, I had all that. The Facebook before Facebook, and now, grandma, grandpa page before that became that. I was on all of that stuff. But like my nephew, with him being 21, his mindset with social media is wild. Like it's not obtainable. Like I mean, like that's not doable. Like you not Young Thug in them. I mean, shout out to them. You don't want to be Young Thug in them.
They better hold it down.
Like, you not them. You're not Roddy Ricch. You're not DJ Mustard. This whole rap thing is like foolish because niggas is making music on TikTok and getting famous off of one song. That's it. And that's how he looks at, like, my nephew looks at, like, overnight success as being so obtainable. And I'm like,
but can you blame them though?
I can't because and then they make it look easy too. Like they make it look like it's so easy. So easy. And I be trying to like humble him, like, son, calm down, slow down. 21, you know how I'm doing at 21? Number one, I was somewhere turned up, drinking, living my best life, not having a bill to worry about. And you somewhere hollering you want to be a rapper. No, sit down and read a book or something. Get off of social media.
That's true. I mean, I think that we definitely like that era, like this new generation, they believe, in fast money, overnight success, and like I asked that question is like, can you blame? I always say you can't blame them, but then you got to understand they don't understand what would you rather have. Would you rather have the overnight success with the crucial decline afterwards, or would you rather put the work in now, or work on your craft, work on your, on what you got, your art, and then have a great art where you can sustain a very long and healthy career? I think that's what they don't see. But everybody don't need to be a rapper though.
Yeah, and in school though, like that's not something that's everything's social media. Like, hey, bro, did you see so-and-so like last night? Like, ooh,
yeah.
Like, hey, bro, like, I got these little 5-0, you know what I'm saying? I got these edibles, they look like Skittle Dude. Like, it's just like cringy. It's like, is this what y'all doing in school? Like, I'm not gonna hold you. When I was in high school, yes, we was smoking weed, we was drinking. That's fine. We was doing normal, regular high school shit.
Right.
The stuff our kids doing now, like with him being 21, drinking is really like, that's just not a thing for him.
Played out.
He was doing it in high school. Like, them niggas was drinking Hennessy. And I'm like, excuse me. We had to graduate to Hennessy.
Right, Paul Masson, E&J. Big Dr. Paul, let me holler at you. It's $10. We can go get it.
Every time I think about it, I have to be like, oh my God, I can't believe I drink that shit. But, you know what I mean? Like, you graduated to liquor in college. And these children look at you like, we be having functions at my crib, and these kids be looking at me like, Auntie, we won't do that. I said, what y'all do then? Like, what y'all be drinking? Because I'm coming with the dog Julio, y'all like, hey. They like, yeah, Auntie, no. Not doing that. I'm like, damn. Shoot up my bubble. Let me go to see, because y'all acting like I'm sitting over here sipping on a wine cooler. This is liquor. This is not anything that's mixed. It's not for loco. It's not malt liquor. Like, come on. I really hope that this younger age or this younger generation kind of like grabs a hold to
the old, like us,
reality. Just reality.
Like,
it's what they live. I don't even know nothing about the whole metaverse thing, but I keep hearing about it. I don't even know what it is. But it's like the kids are in their own little bubble where they think Instagram is life, and Twitter. They think that those things that's their life.
Yeah. It's not. It's not. Well, listen, if you watch it, you heard what you said. Graduate. You started at some E&J. Nah, I ain't even gonna wish that on you. If you could afford your little...
Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Do not do that.
Don't do that. But
whatever you do, E&J, do not do that. Christian brothers, do not do that. Leave all them.
Leave them where they at.
Where they at. I know that price might look good, but
look great.
Look great.
I ain't trying to get too bent. I'm just trying to, cheap liquor. But that's what's up. So talk to me. Obviously we talked about everything as far as just what you wanted to be growing up. Kind of just, obviously we understood a little bit of your upbringing as far as, with that story that you talked about just comparing you to the newer generation or us to the newer generation. We kind of get an idea. But talk to me about your choice in going to the college that you went to, because obviously you chose a HBCU.
I did.
You know what I'm saying? And I always shout people out. I say the pride that you'll see when you mention somebody's HBCU. If they don't do some look this right here or like the real HU or whatever it is, like they didn't go to an HBCU. I know you went to an HBCU just off the strength of that excitement that you got when I was like, listen, you went to an HBCU. What was how did you choose that school, and what did you know you want to just go to an HBCU period, or was some
for sure.
Oh, okay.
100%. I grew up like in an HBCU family, so all of my family went to HBCUs. All of my family, we did tailgates, we did all that. Wow. So like all of my family Greek, that was just that's a bonus. The thing was, where was I gonna go?
Right.
Anything that you could think, like when I say I'm a true 90s baby, I really probably should have been born in 90, not 92. When I say like I'm a true 90s kid, I can remember some of the smallest shit when I was probably like 3. That's like, someone like, how do you remember that?
That's
So like when I say everything about the 90s and the culture of HBCUs in the 90s, it lives rent free in my head. I remember going to Virginia State. That was one of the first HBCUs that I went to. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, had to be. Yeah, because all of my godbrothers went to VA State.
Okay.
And my dad is ex-military, so we were stationed in Virginia for a while. And Virginia State is in Petersburg, which is nothing but like 15 minutes from the Army base that's in Petersburg. So we used to go to the games, and I remember seeing like the woo-woo girls. They were the cheerleaders. They were just fly. Like, them bitches was deal. They were deal. That's gonna be me. I'm gonna go to Virginia State, and I'm gonna be a woo-woo girl. Like, y'all not gonna tell me nothing outside of that. I'm gonna be a woo-woo girl. And we ended up moving. But, we moved down to Atlanta. And, of course, summers with my dad being in the military, we were stationed overseas for a very long time, too. So summers, I would come to the States and bounce from different homes. So my aunt lived on the west side of Atlanta, so she was right around the corner from like Clark, Morehouse, Morris Brown, all of them.
Yeah.
So those schools were very prevalent. And I've been to Atlanta. I think I was in Atlanta one time. It wasn't during the summer, but it was around like April or something. My daddy had to come here for something. I remember us coming down to Atlanta for Freaknik, and my dad was like, "Oh shit, I forgot that this is what's going on down here this weekend." And I remember seeing cheeks hanging out of like these coochie cutter shorts, like halter tops, crazy hair. Like it's prominent in my. It's stuck. It's like stuck. And then my aunt lived in New Orleans, so Xavier. My cousin went to Xavier, so we would go down there to that. Yep. Then my grandmama lived in Tennessee State. It was inevitable.
Golly.
So coming to Georgia, I was like, okay, let's see what's what. Because I grew up like 30 minutes from the city. Yeah, like 30 or 45. So I was like, okay, I ain't really trying to I'm not trying to go to no college with people that I went to school with. Like, that's so dead. I'm gonna live a new brand, new me, new everything.
Shit and everything.
So, of course, like the schools of interest. I applied to Clark. I wasn't really interested in Spelman like that. I didn't really want to go to an all-girls school. I was like, no. I applied, but no shade.
Yeah. It's right across the street from,
and I mean,
the boys.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
It's cool. Like,
I thought like when I heard about I think it's Morehouse, I was like, why would niggas want to be in a school full of it? But they was like, it's right.
It is. It's literally, they're really one school, but they're separate. It's like Hogwarts, Harry Potter.
I see what you're talking about. Yeah.
They're all one thing, but they just different houses in a sense, if you want to put it that way. So I knew I didn't want to go there, but I was like, Clark, FAMU was like number one. So I'm gonna go to FAMU. I'm finna buy my husband. We finna have these babies. We just finna do it. And then Howard was like third. But I knew I didn't want to. The only thing that's really was like hesitant about Howard was I just can't do the cold shit. I'm just really not good on cold. And I'm like, I need something that's kind of normal to what I'm used to. Like I could do Georgia and I could for sure do Florida. Yeah. So, you know, but I applied to those schools, got accepted, and my daddy was like, you must be paying for your tuition. What you paying for outside? I said, well, hold on. My boy, like, you ain't tell me I couldn't choose what school I want. I didn't know I had limitations. What are you saying? He said, you got hope. Hope is like, you know, the in-state.
Yeah, the in-state.
Right. Yeah, academic.
Yeah.
You know, you got hope. You're going to find you a school here up in Georgia. So for those who may be watching that are, you know, viewers of Shanice, me and Twala have been best friends since high school.
Okay.
So me and Twala knew that we both wanted to go to HBCUs. Twala is from Miami, so she's also kind of used to the predominantly Black culture. And with us going to the school that we went to, he was like, got a blast. We ain't going to Georgia State. We ain't going to Georgia Tech, UGA. I don't want to see no more white folks. No I'm good. Bring me back to my people. So we had our parents, we were really, like I said, it was really, really close. Our parents were like, okay, well, why don't y'all look into these 3 schools? So we looked at Albany State, Fort Valley State, Savannah State, and then Valdosta was like last. But
Valdosta ain't even is an HBCU.
It's not an HBCU. Yeah. What? It's a lot of niggas there. It's a lot of niggas there. It's a lot of Black folks there. I'm telling you, it's so many folks, Black folks in Valdosta State. It should be an HBCU for real, but we ain't gonna talk. Okay. Where it's at, it don't need to be. Right?
Yeah, nah.
So me and Twala we were doing school tours, and I was like, okay, well, damn, my daddy just popped my bubble. I didn't knew I was gonna be a rat. Look like, why would you do me like that? So, and I was really kind of tight about it, and I was really trying my best not to like none of the schools, and he was just gonna have to bend on the fact that I was gonna go to FAMU.
Yeah.
So we had a scheduled tour for Fort Valley and Albany in the same day, which honestly, now that we look back on it, me and Tyler look back on it all the time, I was like, how the hell was we going to do that anyway? Because Fort Valley and Albany was like 2 hours away from each other. So we weren't going to be able to see both of the schools in the same day.
Not.
So we went down to Fort Valley first. So we ride, and we looking like down on like the main drag to get to Fort Valley. I was like, oh my God. Tyler. We are not about to go here. We was in the sticks. What's going on? Like, we was passing corn mazes and shit. I'm like, oh, cotton. And we had seen like cotton fields. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Hold on now. I'm used to the country. Right.
We ain't out here picking cotton.
It was cotton out there. I'm telling you.
I need to be near the city.
I was like, okay, I'm used to the country, but this type country, I don't know if it's giving white. What's going on? You know, I don't feel like it's gonna be many Blacks here. So we can drive into like the main city. Fort Valley is this big, and you know, our HBCUs are put in either the heart of the city, which is like the hood, the projects, whatever you want to call it, or super country ass towns that you just be like, well, why the hell did this get here? Who dropped it here? So we went on these train tracks, and as we was going then like into the actual like university, I'm like, okay, this ain't too bad. Okay, I see, you know, student housing. Okay. So then we turned into the university.
Yeah.
We go in, they do like a preview day. So you know, of course, the preview day is like, it's like this. We got to sell the school.
Yeah, you selling everything.
Yeah, you got everything. You better
the glitz and the glamour.
You better do it.
Everything.
You better do it. So they literally, I can't remember at the time. This was what, 2011? Yeah, I can't remember something. They, of course, would like find a way to incorporate the school with popular songs at the time. And I can't remember what song it was that they did. But me and Tony looked at each other and was like, oh yeah, I think this might be it. But we hadn't even like seen the campus or nothing like that. So when we seen the campus, it was like, oh, sure. This straight. And they, you know, they had a lot of the schools, a lot of HBCUs at the time were still traditional.
Okay.
But Fort Valley had the traditional side and the common side, which was more upgraded. So me and Twala kept saying, like, we got to be roommates. But I was like, girl, I do not want to like sit up in a room in the same, I don't want 2 beds in one room.
Right.
I don't do it. And they showed us the commons, and the commons was like suites. So everybody had their own separate room. So Tony's parents was like, well, so how y'all feel about it? So we was like, I don't know it.
I don't know, yeah. Fam, you might be.
So they were like, well, do y'all want to still try to go to Auburn? And we were like, no, I don't think we're gonna do that. We just gonna go home and put in an application. Yeah. So we put in our application. That was probably the longest time it took for them to tell us if we was accepted or not. So we were both like, did you get a letter? I'm like, no, girl, I didn't get one. So we ended up getting ours together, and we was like, okay, bet. So when we packed up all our shit and came down there, it was like confirmation, like, this is where we're supposed to be. Wow, like, it was, it 90s HBCUs, it flashed back in my head. Like, it was music blaring. It was freshmen moving in. It was Greeks helping the freshmen move in. Yeah. And I was just like, oh my God, because the freshmen have to come like a week before the whole school comes. Yep. And that's so how we ended up meeting Shanice and Rena. They were like our big sisters in a sense. So they were like and Chelsea, they were our student orientation leaders. So they a little old, they older than y'all. Well, they're the same age as me because I'm 92, but I'm November 92. So my birthday late. Yeah. So I'm the same age as them, but they graduated a year before I did.
Got you.
Yeah. So, they came and they greeted us, and they was like, I'm from Augusta. I'm from, so at first, like, we didn't really know, like, we did not know what was brewing at the time. It's so crazy thinking back about it 10 years, like, later, it's like, damn. And I remember me and Twala got caught up. We knew this nigga that we went to high school with that went to Fort Valley. Yeah. And he was a student orientation leader too. And we went to his dorm. And like they had like all girls dorms, like 3 buildings that were all girls. Then they had co-eds, and then they had an all guys dorm, and then an all girl upperclassmen dorm. So me and Twila then snuck up in
the co-eds.
Snuck up in the all boys. I ain't supposed to been doing none of that, and then got caught. And I ended up, we had to jump out the window.
No, y'all didn't.
And when I tried to like jump out the window, I scraped the back of my leg up. So with Shanice and Rena and them being our student orientation, you know how folks talk like, hey, man, a freshman, these fast days got caught up.
Hey, they wildin' out here.
Major head. And Shanice seen her. She said, Dad, I didn't think it was gonna be my girls that was in there doing any of that. I was like, girl, we was not doing anything with him. We just know him from high school. Like, it ain't nothing like that. She was like, okay. But then it wasn't like I could hide it because I had a fat ass scrape on the back of my leg. But college, HBCU life, chef's kiss. Like, I went to, even still being in college, I went to FAMU several times. So it was still cool, to go visit Tuskegee. I was a student temporarily at Tuskegee for a minute, like a homecoming or two. Yeah. Had a whole student ID.
What?
Yeah. Alabama A&M, Alabama State, like the HBCU. We always talk. It's funny because I have a lot of friends that go to like Morehouse, Spelman, these prestigious, CAU, prestigious, HBCUs.
They different. They different, by the way. Like,
yeah, they are, and they forget about the small ones. But
they different.
We have the conversations all the time because those bigger schools, Fisk, Dillard, Norfolk State, all Howard. All of those FAMU, all those big schools, big noted names, they always get put up on top 10 HBCU lists. Yeah. And of course, it's always a competition. Sometimes it can get a little nasty or a little like, I'm like, do y'all not realize it's only like 60 HBCUs in the United States outside of 10, 20,000 schools, universities? Like, do you not realize how rare of an entity we already are as a whole? Yep. Like, it's crazy. So anybody that go to HBCU, I talk to them like we went to the same school because we often had the same experience. Anybody that you meet that went to HBCU that had the same experience you had, unless you're one of these pandemic children. I don't know what they was doing up in that little era, and I hate it for them. But if you went to school prior to COVID, that was the best time of your life. Man. Best time.
I believe it. I just, that's the only thing I tell people. If I redo it, I'm definitely going to HBCU. I'm a part of everything. Cause I'm out here like, I love the tongue. I love the hand. You gonna catch me. Like, I'm doing it all. So that would have been my scene, but lucky me, different path.
For sure. I mean, it's crazy because a lot of people, a lot of people be like, for real, like, I probably would have went to it might have saved you. Who knows what?
Right. That's another thing. It's like it might have saved me. But going to the school I went to versus going everywhere else, because I was like, would I been able to focus? Would I been able to, get right? You know what I'm saying?
A lot of folks too, like people get up in that scene and they get into college or they just get into HBCU and they just do not know how to like. And I honestly didn't know what the hell was gonna happen. I'm like, Lord Jesus, please let me make it through these past 4 years. Please, 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 please. Like I didn't know. I really didn't know because my parents were super strict growing up. And my cousin used to be like, your ass gonna go down to that damn school. You gonna wild the fuck out. But I also, too, knew that I wanted to pledge. So I was kind of like, let me chill till I do what I want to do. And then we'll talk about wilding out. But yeah, like literally the best time of my life. We talk about it so much because if I would have known that it was going to be so short, 4 years sound like a long time, but it was so short. If I would have known it was going to be so short, I would have did so much more. I did a whole bunch of stuff different than what I did. Like,
give us an idea or an example of something that knowing that like you talked about. If you would have knew that it was gonna be that short, it was gonna fly by that quick. What's something different that you would have done? What else could you have done while you were there? Because a lot of these kids, they don't understand how quick. Like when I tell you it's quick, you get in meals, you get a little care package every now and again from your people. You got a place to stay. You ain't really got to worry about rent. You better enjoy this 4 years while you can.
Party, and all you got to do is get your ass up and
go to class. And you can skip at 8 a.m. if you want to. Just make sure it ain't too. Just make sure it ain't too many.
It's still passing. Goddamn. Like if I miss 8 o'clock, if I miss work at 8, baby, it's over with.
It's over with. Right up.
Like it's over with. Like what the hell? So I mean, I don't even know. I don't know what I would have done different because I really did everything. It wasn't shit that me and Twala did not do. Like,
so advise people. So what should they do? Like when you go, what's a good rule of thumb going into a college, whether it's HBCU, PWI? What's a good thumb? Like what do you feel like is the best thing you can do going onto a college campus?
I hate to like toot my horn, but I was kind of disciplined as fuck. Like I knew going in, it might have been instilled by my parents, and I just ain't really know it. Like I knew that all that work had to be done before I wanted to play something outside. So like everything that I had to get situated, I made sure. Of course, your first semester of your freshman year, you don't really have control over how your schedule goes. But second semester, baby, I was done by like noon. And Ashley I was on the y'all parlay like, what's up? Like, homework done. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like,
what we doing tonight? It's Tuesday?
Yeah,
Thursday?
Yeah. Like, literally, to me, I feel like you just really need to be disciplined. But you have to be able to know that you need to be disciplined. Like, you have to show some type of accountability. And in college, like, we literally worked. And we went and played, and we was in the country, so we went, and I don't know how I would have done if I was at Clark, or if I was like in a city like Atlanta. Because there's so much more to do. So like in a country town, where it's nothing really in that town but people.
It's the people.
You make your own fun. Like y'all having a house party or a game night, or you're just doing all type of different little things. But it's literally, I can't say it's one thing. The only thing that I probably would have said that I might have would have done, that I didn't do is probably run for Miss Fort Valley. But I was Miss Senior, which, is a part of like the Royal Court. But that's probably like the only thing that I would have probably tried to do take a little bit more serious. Because when I say it, Fort Valley, like free. You meet so many different walks of life. Like I was cool with the nerdiest of the nerds and some of the hoodest niggas that I don't even know how they was in school, but they was hood. But like I was just well versed. Like you meet so many people from different paths of life, and they become like, honestly, folks talk about high school really being where they met they day one and woo, but college, no, like they're my family still. Like literally, like everybody that I was cool with and passed by almost every day. Yeah. Still talk to them, and we're still cool to this day. So it's wild. Like I got a whole different tribe of people that I thought that I was going to be really cool with, or I thought high school folks I was going to be really cool with. But these people that you meet in college, they know you as you're becoming your true you, like
your true self. Because even in high school, it's probably some things that you doing that you really don't really rock with. You know what I'm saying? And you probably got follow. You follow a little bit. You know, you got other passions. You know, and when you get to college, it's people that are kind of in the same mindset. Like, I got other passions. Like, I love to be a nerd. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the nerdiest stuff. Like, and you may not like it back in high school, but it's some people that I rock with in college.
And then in college, everybody teasing you. Right. Like, nobody give a damn about none of that. Like, high school, you getting joned. You getting rocked.
You getting joned, though.
If your pants too high, niggas is talking about you in the class.
What are those?
If you in college, folks like, okay, let me... I don't know him out of these ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't even know cuz like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, for real. Like, it's crazy. I mean, HBCU college life, hands down the best. And my daddy told me when I graduated, he was like, you had a ball like, I said, boy, you just don't know. Like, you just don't know.
I can't even tell you.
And you have this shit out of there. Because I literally like, it just was nonstop. But now, so much can change in 5-10 years, because we graduated in 2015, and so much has changed in the college life. Mm-hmm. You know, kids we had our last homecoming. We weren't there because we was in Jamaica for Shanice's bachelorette, but they had a shoot. Okay, we have this huge party every Friday at homecoming by the Cubes, and it's huge. It's like a block party. Like the party,
it go ham.
Everybody that's surrounding that house, they know, like, either I ain't gonna be home on Friday, or I just know these folk gonna be outside my door yelling. It's gonna be wild.
They just know.
They had a whole, we're used to shootouts, granted, every now and then. But they had a whole man that got killed outside of the Q house. And I mean, when I tell you that thing it be swamp. It be like people on top of people. It's not really nowhere. If something was to pop off, you ain't got nothing but to hit it. You just got to hit the ground. Like, you can't run nowhere because you're going to trample somebody.
Right.
And they had a man with had like an AR.
That's wild.
And hit a man dead in the head and killed him.
That's wild.
So I was like, now these kids, it's just a different.
It's different. It's crazy because I didn't want to be that person. Like, I was like, you know what I'm saying? I just said I never wanted to be the person to be like, what are y'all out here wilding, like, and it's just different. And I see it now. It's just like the kids, like, they quick to pull out guns, you know what I'm saying, do whatever because they feel like they pride a little hurt, X, Y, and Z. So it's definitely different, man. But
the culture is swiftly changing, and I think that's the only thing that I don't like, because even like younger Greeks, I can't relate. I don't even know what the fuck. And they might look at me be like, people that's older than me might look at me the same way. But I'm
like, who taught y'all?
Yeah, what? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Like, it's definitely, we literally just, me and Shanice was just talking about this yesterday. Like, time is changing so much. Like, the internet, social media, the stuff that's so accessible is insane. And I'm scared because neither one of us have children yet, so I don't know what the hell. When my kid's my age, what is gonna be like? Damn, because you might be able to walk into the internet or the computer or something and I don't know, somebody might could look at you.
Do something you supposed to do. I don't need nobody spying on me.
For real, it's crazy. I'm just like, Jesus, it's just crazy. Yeah, so HBCU Chef's Kiss, love the life.
I love it. 10
out of 10, highly recommend. Go to college and experience life before real life. Yeah, don't grow up.
We promote HBCUs on here. So listen, if you got a school you need us to promote for y'all, I've got pretty much everybody. I got your Howards, I got your Hamptons, I got your Jackson States, South Carolina State. I got everybody that you really want.
See, I didn't make it out that way. I kind of salty about that because I should have been at Southern somewhere or Jackson State.
But
I ain't that far left.
I was just trying to get out of South Carolina. I was like, gotta go. So I'm from Rock Hill, South Carolina. So y'all was just in Charlotte. So like I live probably 30 minutes from Charlotte. I was gonna ask you later how Charlotte was. Like, I know y'all probably went to Tattoos and Booze.
Yes.
Look, I'm gonna ask you later. But going. So we talked about college, HBCU, great experience. You know, some of the things that you remember the most. You talk about, you know, the group of friends that you guys have. Like, you had to create your own fun. You can see that now, 4-5 years from now. Like, this, y'all same clicked up, you know, friends. Like, doing the theme parties, hanging together, going out, just having a ball together and enjoying each other's company and fellowship. Like, you can still see it. But we talk about, you know, obviously you're an entrepreneur. You got at night, you know what I'm saying? Honeybee is 4 years old, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Talk to me about how did you get into Honeybee? What did the idea come from? And just talk to me about that. Like, just give me some inspiration.
Honeybee. So no, for real, because I feel like so old. I started wearing weave. Like I said, my parents were strict, so my daddy did not.
Military man.
He did not play the flute. Okay, he did not play none of them games. My mama was like my saving grace, because she was like, "You got my baby out here, shit down bad. I need my girl to go get her nails done, be able to get her eyebrows or something."
Oscar proud your daddy.
Yes. So my mom was very big on like the weave. She was like, "You can't wear no weave until your prom. Like, don't even fix your about ass. Can I buy you?
Yeah.
Do not." So back then, that was like 2010, 2011. Indian Remy was like super popular. Like, all the girls had it. It was high as hell. For like a single pack, you can only get like 14, 16, 18. That was it. They ain't still nothing longer.
Yep.
And the whole pack only had like one bundle in it, and it was like $79. You can get it from the beauty supply store. And I got like so I was like, "Well, Mom, I want my weave. I want to sew in." Oh, Jesus, just think about how choppy my hair was. And back then, wasn't nobody doing closures or nothing like that. So it was like, yo, real hair out at the top. Oh my God.
Hair has came a long way.
Yeah. Hair has really came a long way. So I got my hair done for my junior prom. And baby, you did not tell me that thing. But did I not get? Okay, no. I take that back. It was not Indian Remy for my junior. It was another. It was like a cheap
Peruvian.
Yeah, it was cheap.
Oh,
it was cheap.
Okay.
I didn't get Indian Remy until my senior prom. My mama played me. I thought I was gonna get Indian Remy, and I didn't. So it was some cheap brand, and I thought I was gonna be able to really be on it with the hair. So I was like, oh yeah, Monday after prom, I'm gonna be Baby, that shit was so mad up on the back of my neck. I was like, oh damn. My mom said, yeah, we about to go take that out. We're taking it out now. So, you know, as time went on, literally right when I graduated from high school, that's when everybody started talking about bundle hair.
Right.
Like, bundle hair was like the hot topic. People's wearing this, we're going to this hair store here in Atlanta that was super, super popular. It was called True Glory Hair. Super big. Like, people were traveling all over from Atlanta to get to this. To get to this hair. I mean, lines was out the door. Like, it was foolish. But this was like Brazilian hair, but nobody had seen it. Okay. Like, nobody had heard about Brazilian hair, but it was just a new thing. And then the Brazilian hair came in like different textures and all this. So like, what's going on? So I remember I tried some of that hair right before we went to college, I want to say. I got some and I got it installed. And, you know, it was cool. It was like real cute. And as the years progressed in college, I was just always trying to find new hair companies. And it got to a point where people were starting to be like, girl, what the hell you get? Okay, Atlanta? Because a lot of folks that went to school with us they really weren't from Atlanta. Like, they were from like Middle Georgia, or like, we had some from like Florida, some from like South Carolina. So a lot of them weren't like super familiar with Atlanta. Okay. It was a select few of us that was from Atlanta, and we all knew each other. So, you know, it ain't really made too much of a difference. But they were like, okay, girl, you're rocking that. Like, okay. So I ended up getting like, somebody reached out to me on Instagram, and this is I say all the time, I was one of the first people with Instagram, because wasn't nobody on Instagram when I found out. It was a damn photography app. Like, you used to showcase your photography
I think
skills.
I remember that. People used to like say, I ain't had no Instagram then.
And I felt so lame because I'm like, oh, this might not be what I need to be on. Because people were still on Facebook. But I was like, venture out. So anyway, I had a company reach out to me and was like, hey, we think that you'll be a great look for our company in regards to modeling our hair. So, read over our ambassador packet and let us know if you're interested. So the ambassador package just pretty much said, like, you get an X amount of bundles a month or X amount of bundles a quarter. I can't remember which one it was. You rock it, you tag us, you promote us, and then you have a coupon code and people can buy off your coupon code. And then depending on how they buy, you might be able to get more outside of what you're already guaranteed and what. Okay. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, that's straight. My mama already paid. Well, I wasn't paying, but mom already paying for bundles. I could get free ones. So I started promoting for them. The name of them they're called Hair by Belbury. And loved them. Like, loved the owner. Like, they were so sweet, so nice. And I was wearing them up until like my senior year of college. And I remember having the idea, like, well, damn, I kind of like the attention that I'm getting from wearing somebody else's shit. And I'm like, why can't maybe I should look and trying to sell my own, because you are you can be your walking advertisement. Yeah. So I was like, I need to try to look into selling hair. So I remember at the time I was so like conflicted because I didn't want the owner of the company to feel like I was biting off of her. Okay. By trying to go and create my own or whatever. So I was like, ooh, I don't really know like what to say or what to do. So I think I stayed on with them for maybe like another year and a half. About another year and a half. And while I was doing the research, because I was like, I don't really want to I don't really know if this is what's for me, but let me try to do the research. Yeah. And also too, at that time, the research kind of got pushed back because I was realizing how much money it was to test hair, test these bundles, test this, test that. And at the time, people were so stingy with giving vendors. Like, don't nobody want you to have a vendor. And two, Atlanta was on the rise for being one of the cities that had ample amount of hair businesses, hair companies. Mm-hmm. So don't nobody want to give you they vendor. It just wasn't, you couldn't find vendor lists like that. So I was like on all these different little sites like AliExpress, Alibaba, out here trying these little vendors, trying to figure out what's what. Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, I got discouraged. I was like, no, I put that on the back burner because I'm like, now I'm trying to move out my parents' crib, and I got to focus on that. So when I finally moved out, I ended up quitting that psychology job I was doing, and I fell into this dermatology job. In that job, I had too much time on my hands, extremely too much time. I was there from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So I used to bring like a little journal. I'm old school. I write so much. So I used to bring like a little journal sometimes, and I would jot like just little things down. Yeah. So one day I was like, damn. I was like, I need to try to pick back up on this hair stuff. Like, I got free time. I was just, try to see what's going on. Like, here we are, maybe like 8-9 months later. Let me see what's going on in the market now. Yeah. So I had already kind of hearted some little companies and had already kind of knew, a little bit about wholesale price lists and things like that. Yeah. And I think that day I had found like 4 vendors. And I was like, okay, I'm going to buy. Because you want to buy hair long enough to feel and see what it can do. You don't buy no short hair because that short hair ain't gonna really give you what you need. Okay. So I was like, okay, I gotta buy like maybe 14. Really need like 16 to really get like the full. So I had bought like 4 bundles from each company. Mm-hmm. I think I just started? No, I hadn't started my master's. I don't know where I had that little extra piece of money at. I feel like I had some little money. The tax money, so I probably spent like, for that particular batch, I probably spent like $550 to $600 just on just for like 16 bundles. That's just wholesale. That's just 16. Okay. So and they was all different lists, all different textures and stuff. Okay. Like none of the vendors was hitting no shit. So I was like, great. That was just
500, to the drain.
That ain't nothing. Yeah, that's okay. Ashley, you had it.
We ain't tripping.
My grocery buddy or something. So I got a little discouraged, but I kept like, I have to find one. Like, I'm not finna like stop this idea because I'm right here. Like, all I got to do is find a vendor. When I find a vendor, I'm gonna execute everything else perfectly, smoothly. So I took a back end on that, and I started just writing out everything that I wanted to sell, itch, texture, company names, colors, everything. Like everything that I could think of that deals with the ins and outs of a business, I'm gonna do. Okay. And I remember looking up how to start up a business or ways to start a business. What are the 3 things that you need or something like that? And they were saying like LLCs, stuff like that. So I had like checklists that I needed to know that I needed to buy these certain things. Yeah. So I remember us, we all been in a group chat since we graduated from college. And I had wrote the stuff down, but then I transferred it over to my phone one night after I got home from work. And I sent it to the groups. I need y'all help. Like, I need y'all to tell me what names y'all like. Put the checks by, which ones. It might have been a note. Maybe I was able to share a note at that time. I don't remember. But I was like, tell me which ones you like. No, I put the checks. So it was between. So they liked Honeybee, but it was another one that I had like it was something tresses. I can't remember. I still actually
So we talking about the name of the business.
The name of the business. Okay. Yeah, it was Honeybee, and it was another one. Like they were like neck and neck.
Yeah.
So I was like the deciding factor. Like, so I was like, oh shit. I'm like, I don't really want a business name because if I'm gonna be, I was thinking super big. I'm like, if I'm gonna be big, I don't want my name to be in the business. Like, I don't want my name to be in the business title.
Okay.
So I was like, because I want, if I have children, if I'm blessed to have kids, I want to be able to pass something that don't have mama name in it.
Got you.
So Honeybee was it. So I was like, okay, bet, got the name. So now what type of hair we want to sell? What type? We want to sell Peruvian, Malaysian, Brazilian, Indian, what we want to do.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let's do Brazilian because Brazilian right now is hot. Everybody want it.
Right.
So did all of that. And I remember finding a guy. So once I had did that, I felt very inspired. Once you
the framework,
once you put a nail in it, you're like, okay, I could do this.
Yep.
So I remember feeling like super inspired, and I found this guy on Instagram that was selling hair, and he had like, at the time, his hair page had like 5,000 followers. So I'm like, damn. I was kind of baffled because I'm like, these hoes really trusting a man to sell them hair? Like, I would never.
I would never.
Yeah, like, yo, what do you know about weave? Like, I need you to be able to relate to me. I need you to be able to tell me it can straighten good if I use X, Y, and Z flat iron. Like, I just.
They say male hairdressers hit though.
They do. Male hairdressers do.
They say they hit.
But at this time, it wasn't. He was straight. He was also straight.
Oh.
I was like, yeah. Like, if he was a male gay guy, I would have been like, okay, I can see that. But this was a straight male. So I'm like. So I reached out to him because he had advertised that he, some companies are wholesale vendors. Like they sell wholesale.
Yeah.
So he was telling me that he sells wholesale. So I was like, okay, bet. Let me try to see what's going on with him. So I remember having a conversation with him. I'm like, I'm finna finesse the shit out of this nigga because he is boyfriend. So
you gotta be careful with Atlanta, boy. They gonna say finesse it.
You finna give me way more bundles than what I'm asking than what I'm finna pay you for.
Yeah.
So we met or whatever, had a meeting, very professional.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, yeah, I'm gonna charge you $60 for 16 through I think it was like 22.
Okay.
Then 24 to like 30, I'll charge you this amount.
Yeah.
So it was like a set price for a bracket.
A bracket of 8 inches.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Not realistic. So I said, baby, a 16-inch ain't $60 wholesale.
Right.
So in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah. No. So I was like, okay, well, let me configure. Let me do some figures. Let me see what's what, and then I'll reach back out to you and we can talk about the amount of bundles that I want to purchase. So I think I had like 2,700 left on my credit card. And I'm going to blow this bitch. I'm going to blow it down. And at the time, I ain't have no interest accruing on it yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to blow this.
Right.
So I was like, okay. Now I had to do the math. I'm like, how many bundles can I get
with the
2,700? And if I can get X amount of bundles, then I'm going to up the bundle amount and tell them I'm going to just pay $2,700. So I was like, if I pay you $2,700, I want X amount of bundles. I'm going to try to negotiate.
Negotiate, right? Yeah.
Because you can really work with me. Because them bundles ain't $60 wholesale.
How your skills?
And you still going to make a profit. You get what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
So we sat and he was like, so I had talked to him on the phone. I didn't even text him because I didn't need him having time to think.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, I thought about some numbers, and I was like, okay. But I was still content with what 2,700 would have gotten me with the amount. Mm-hmm. I was still content with the amount of bundles I would have got with the 2,700 if he didn't go for the.
Got you. Negotiate.
Oh, yeah. So I was like, okay, yeah. I was thinking about, I can't remember how many bundles. It had to been a lot. It was a lot. I was thinking about X amount of bundles for 2,700. What you think? And he was like, okay. He said, that sounds about right. So I had a
broken down.
I want this amount. I want like this amount in my curly. I want this amount in body wave. No, I want this amount in loose wave, and I want this amount of straight.
Yeah.
These are the inches I want. These are the amount of bundles I want to eat. So it was like a whole layout. I was
you was ready.
So he wasn't ready. So he was like, oh, he like, okay. And I was like, bet. So he said, let me drop the invoice and I'll call you back. I was like, okay, yes. I was like, shit, yes. So he was like, call me back. He texted me or call me back. He was like, hey, sis.
Hey.
I ain't gonna be able to do you that number now. He said, I can do you for this though. And I was like, so not even. And he was like, no. Damn, okay. I was like, all right, cool. We can do that, right? Okay, so now, boom, solidified, paid him $2,700.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I literally remember saying, God, please.
This $2,700 on a credit card now. Like this.
Yes. I said, I need to, if I don't do nothing else, allow me to make the money that I took off this credit card. Because I don't need, my daddy done already told me I don't need no credit card. I done went against the grain and I got one. I'm at the end of the end. So please, God, help me. So, like I said, we're working at that dermatology office. I had too much ample amount of time. So my mind now, I'm super anxious because I'm like, if this shit pop like I feel like it's gonna pop, I can't be paying no $60 a bundle and not make no profit for real.
Right.
I'm really not gonna be able to sell my stuff right. I think they might have been $50 a bundle. Had to be. Because I think, had to been 50. So I was like, I'm not gonna really be able to make no profit. So I remember one day I was off and I was just in my living room like, Ashley, you might have to switch the vendor up on them. You just gonna have to keep looking for other vendors, find you some backup vendors, right? Mm-hmm. So I was like, it's gotta be a way that I can get this nigga's vendor. Like, it has to be a way. Yeah. It has to be a way. And literally, God said, hold on, because let me get you right. Being like a light hit, and I was like, this nigga sent me the box that it was on the way here. So I went, he sent me like a video of the box, like, coming. So
no, you didn't.
I swear to God, I put this on everything I love. I get goosebumps every time I tell this. Like, literally, I looked at the video, paused it, zoomed in on the address, got the WhatsApp number, wrote that bit, and it's been history ever since. So I was like, you know what, guys? This is for me. This is for me to do, and this is what my calling is for. That was
the light bulb. Like that was the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. And when we met, I didn't say nothing about the box because he didn't get to me in the box.
Got you.
He gave to me in something else.
Yeah.
So I know he wasn't even thinking at the time.
Couldn't have.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I know you ain't supposed to be doing this bundle shit because anybody else would have not ever made that mistake. No. Ever. So I was like, this is crazy. So, we met up, got the bundles, and I started like organizing. I was like, this is it. This is it. Like crazy. So I opened up my website May 4th, and I probably sold every bundle, but like, cause I had like 10 to 30. I was foolish. I had like 10-inch to 30-inch bundles. Oh. And I sold literally like the first day, all of my bundles were probably like the 10 and the 12 inches for real. So I was blessed and grateful because people were still trying to like, well, I see it sold out. Like, is there any way? Yes, ma'am. Give me a minute. So, I was able to like still be able to do what I had to do. So when I had posted it on my Instagram, he was like, congratulations, Snook. He was like, you got ready to re-up? I said, no, I don't think I'm re-up. He was like, why? He was like, you sold out. Like, I know you did good. I said, yeah, but I don't think I'm just gonna re-up with you. And he was like, oh, for real? He was like, then you find your own vendor. I said, no, I got yours.
No, you didn't. You told him?
For sure.
Wow.
He went in business, so I mean, what the back?
I mean, you're right. I guess for me, I would have felt so bad. I was like,
he was like, damn. He like, I can't even hold you. He's like, you got it from that video, huh? Because he knew.
Look, he knew from the video. He knew. He was like, why she ain't coming back? Like, what's up?
It's over with. So, he don't sell hair no more. So, I mean,
shout out to him though.
Yeah,
the video.
Shout out to him because you started it. So, once that happened, like I literally hit the ground running, like, and it's been a lot of ups and a lot of downs, but the start story is so bittersweet because it's like with starting that now it's just opened up so many other doors. It's so much easier now for me to find vendors. Like I don't know how that even happened, but it's just so much easier finding vendors because when you start, and back then when you were trying to start, that Alibaba and AliExpress, trash. I hated it. I'm like, God, like why I just can't find some vendors? Like I do not want to have to search through this. This is too much. So, with being a business owner, I've learned so much on my own just by trial and error. Like,
what's your number one takeaway? What's the number one and two thing that you learned, through your journey, through your process? Because it seems to me like Honeybee obviously is being successful, but you still got a love and hate relationship with it. And is it because it's all you? Like you need to divvy up?
I don't mind it. I like the work.
I
don't really like to be idle. I don't like to just sit and not feel like I'm not doing anything. I don't mind the work. But it's more so the inconsistency. And with hair, women in general, we already just don't know what way we want to blow.
Yeah.
And I'm a true testament because I'm the same way. Like I have straight hair next week, and then by the top of June, I'm ready to take it out. So I know, you know what I mean? And like, I think my problem is now it's like the traction and sticking because I have a website and I see my analytics every single day. Like something like I do. That's like I check that like I check Instagram.
Yeah, you got
and to see my views, but to not see the sales reciprocate, it kind of hits. It kind of hits like, okay, sis, what's going on? Because my web, I'm taking these tips and I'm applying these tips. Yeah. What's happening? So that's where I come in when I say the love-hate relationship because I want it to be able to be Luke. I want it to just sit. I want to sit down, look at my phone at work, and have like 10 orders.
And then they just
and they just pop it in. You know what I mean? And it ain't no sale for the day. It's just regular, normal.
Regular.
So, I mean, my number one takeaway, I really only have one. No, I had two. My number one takeaway is this entrepreneur shit is not easy. It's not sweet. Don't get it twisted.
Sweet.
Not let social media fool you because it is not easy, especially if you're by yourself. Kudos to people that are in business with another business partner or another friend. Kudos to y'all because I don't even know if I could really even do that either because I don't need me and my friend's relationship to be stressed and we always talk about business.
Right.
So, when you're a one man or a one woman show or one woman band, one man band, it's a lot to go in it because you're everything. Yeah. You're the face, you're the marketing, you're the customer service, you're the distributor. You're doing everything. Your face is everything.
Yeah.
So, learning like professionalism and how to speak to people these customers, foolish. I mean, like, don't have no type of proof about themselves. So learning how to do things the business way and operating, not as, because that's one thing I don't like. Don't do, Honeybee, is don't treat me like I'm no small business. Don't think this shit is sweet over here, because we operate just like Walmart, just like Sears, just like Target, all the other little stores you like to go to. We operate just like that. So don't try my business like
you should.
Yeah, like we got policies, and those policies fit to whatever it is. So if you ain't ready, that ain't my problem.
Right.
I don't get nothing about that. I'm sorry.
You probably get a lot of people that feel like, because they follow you on social media, they know you, they can adjust and do as they please. And
because you're a small business, you're not serious. Wrong. Not this one.
If anything, we most serious.
Yeah, thank you. So that's number one. Like, this entrepreneurship is not sweet. So you better love what you're getting into. Do it because you love it. Do it because it's a passion, or you have a like or interest for it. Do it because of that. Don't do it just for no money, because you're going to get in there and you're going to fall and sink. Easy. Secondly, is as many good days you're going to have probably just as many bad, or maybe even more. And I'm learning that any tunnel I go through, you just can't stop in the middle of the tunnel because it's too hard, and think that it's going to be a rope that's going to rescue you out of the tunnel because it's too dark. Like, because you can't see, just know that there's light. So just keep walking until you can see a bit of the shine, until you can get to the end of the light. Because when you get there and you see the light, you're like, okay, damn. Well, you know what? That walk past that tunnel wasn't that bad.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think it's so vital. It's so crazy. Like, people get challenged and they stop right in the middle of the tunnel. It's like, why would you do that? It's dark. Can you see? No. And then they're looking for somebody to kind of like, and that's where you see these businesses, they stop dead in the middle of they only was running for 3 months.
Yep.
And it's like, well, what happened? Like, what happened? Take time to do what's best for your business. I'm not telling people, because I've rebranded Honeybee. So I'm not saying you can't do a rebrand, but what I'm saying is, don't stop when it's hard. Like, that just don't make no sense to me. I've never known to stop in the middle of the dark and you can't see shit. So how you gonna get out?
You can't. I think
so, yeah, those are like my top two. Like, I have to constantly tell myself, like, Ashley, go on now. Don't start that, because it's hard. You gotta, if you have a growing business, you want to stay relevant and you want to stay lucrative and you want people to rock with you. So it's hard to kind of stay of interest to people, because people's interest now, everything is so fast. People can't even sit through an hour-long movie anymore, because they so used to looking at 30-second clips and 3-minute videos. So if people's attention spans are that short, you better be on top of your P's and Q's when it comes to marketing and branding your company. So, and making sure you staying relevant for real. Because if you ain't with the times, they ain't.
Man, that's what they always say. I listen to a lot of different podcasts, and I try to keep in touch. I think the biggest thing, same similarities to, the feelings that you have about Honeybee. I've been trying to be, I don't know, for me, I've been trying to do entrepreneurial things for a very long time. And I've done everything that you probably listed, as far as like started something, quit, done something, and it just didn't work. And you get very, very discouraged, especially when your peers, they don't have the aspirations of being an entrepreneur. So they don't really understand your thoughts that's keeping you up at night. It's like, how do I keep the relevance of what I'm trying to do? How do I get the sales? How do I grow? Like, you will drive yourself crazy trying to figure out answers to questions that you really don't even know the answer to. Like, you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't really, all the issues that you have as far as like when you talk about Honeybee, like the marketing, staying relevant, how can I translate my Instagram views to sales? Like, you can't force those people that's viewing to pick up their wallet and buy. So like, it's really operating off faith. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta stay in their face enough so long that they understand I'm here to stay. Like, I ain't really going nowhere, so y'all either better get your pocketbooks ready, come do business with me, because when they do you dirty over here, I'ma still be over here rocking with you. So just come on with it. So, and I think, I mean, I'm glad you said it, but just and I'm starting to get more entrepreneur peers now because they understand. Like I think now it's a little bit more common. It's a little bit more. It's more of a fab now to say like I'm my own boss, entrepreneur, whatever. And it's by all means, it is what it is. But when you in that fight, and you in that grit, just know them trenches. You gotta stay in them trenches every time. And so it was awesome just to hear you say that. And I do want to ask, why should people shop with Honeybee? Hair is a very women can't do nothing.
You can't do nothing.
You can't do nothing without hair. So there's a place for you. There's a lot, and it's a lot of people that's probably trying to sell hair. But what makes Honeybee? Yeah.
What makes Honeybee is like I was telling you earlier, like with being a hair ambassador and always somewhere trying to get my hair done and always somewhere like, damn, I done spent my little piece of check after getting my hair and my install done, my stuff gone, like my money gone. Yeah. And just seeing like the hike of the prices that people be charging with hair is it's insane. Like wholesale to retail, like how these hair companies are charging. It's crazy. I mean, I see now probably why, but I'm sticking to my motto though. Like I just would never be in the business of wanting to like tax folks on no hair for real. So with Honeybee, we sell quality hair for an affordable price. So you should be able to spend your little money with us and still be able to get your hair done and still have a little piece of change to go out and get you drinks with your girls after you're done. Because that's the motive. Like when you get your hair done, all of a sudden you have errands to run.
Energy.
Like on my list, I gotta run errands. Oh, I didn't even know I had to run errands today, but look like they had it. I got to go somewhere. Somebody got to see me. Gonna be at the bar.
We on IG.
Exactly. So, with us, like I really pride Honeybee in the customer service because sometimes I don't even know who I am because I'll be like, damn, Ashley, that was very professional. Like, how did you, and it just be like, I'm so big on trying to please my customers. Like, I want them to be able to have a really good experience and come back. And I'm now finally can say that I have very steady customers that constantly come back and shop with me, love me because of my customer service and my prices. And I just want to continue to keep growing and continue to gravitate to different audiences. And I mean, with Honeybee, I'm really, 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 really blessed. I literally just did before the 4-year, I did like a state chart to kind of see like what states, was my most popular and my sales overview and stuff for 4 years. I don't know why I ain't did that every year, but anyway, for 4 years. And of course, Georgia is like very prominent, which I was shocked because I don't be feeling like I be getting a lot of sales in Georgia, but clearly I do. Yeah. But it was probably like 13 states that I haven't hit yet.
That's
out of
dope.
50. So I was like, damn, that's and the 13 states are like your Idahos and Wyoming.
Wyoming.
I don't really know if we'll ever get there, hopefully.
I don't know if they're doing hair in Wyoming.
Yeah, exactly. So, South Dakota, North Dakota, I'm like, I don't even really know if y'all, Wisconsin. I'm like, I don't really know. We don't even really get there, but that's okay. We don't, it's all right. But a lot of my prominent states are like Cali, Texas, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, and New York, which is crazy. Wow. Like, people in New York, just in the last last year, like, I've been getting hella sales from New York, and that got to be Shanice folk, because that's where Shanice
Yeah.
So, like, they must really rock with her. But, yeah, literally, Honeybee, I'm all about an experience, and I pray whenever I do grow and get to the bigger stature, customer service gonna still be customer service. Like, it's going to still have to run the same way, because one thing people don't like is if they buying hair and, like, say for instance the package gets lost. I'm very hands-on. Like, if I see the packages have been delivered, I reach out and make sure you receive it.
Okay.
You need a yes or no.
That's nobody does that.
Yes, no, I did. And it's been a lot of times that when I reach out to people and ask them, did they receive their package? Sometimes folks don't be checking their tracking like that. I don't know who. I ain't never known. If I know something on the way,
I need to know. It arrived Friday at 8
exactly.
a.m. between 8.
Some people don't be like that. And a lot of times, I catch that it's been delivered, and some people it may not be delivered. Like, it may not have been delivered to them. And sometimes those are the ones where I wish I would have just shut the hell up.
Because now you got to hunt for it. Of
course, it's been a loss on me, and I got to go and, refund, get the package back. But I literally, like, that's something that I like to do. I like to engage. I like to make sure that my customers are good. Like, make sure you come back. Now, we want to make sure you good. Make sure your hair calm. But a lot of companies be like, oh, okay, well, once it leaves my hands, it's out of my control.
Right.
So, and I think that's a shitty approach to take. Yeah, like, I get you're a big company now, but you should have a team that do that. That check these trackings that's going out. Whenever, like, that should be something that you checking. And a lot of people just don't. And I'll be on customer service. I'll be on the phone with customer service for however long I need to be on the phone with them, because sometimes I have a lot of customers that are in these rural ass areas that can't, like, my carrier can't take to them. So then we got to send it through
another carrier.
My original carrier got to send it to a third party, which the third party be USPS. And then sometimes, like I said, you have those people that do check their trackers, and they're like, okay, it says that it was delivered, but I ain't got it. So then you have to call the third party. So I do all that. I do that legwork, and then I reach out to my customer and be like, this is now your new tracking. It should be here on X, Y, and Z. So I like it to be very personal. And like I said, I pray when I get big,
you keep
my
it that
team,
way.
That's what we're gonna have to still stay on that same steed. So yeah.
Nah, that's hard. I mean, I appreciate you just kind of explaining to us about Honeybee. Obviously, I mean, I see the promos, I see the marketing and stuff like that, but I ain't in the market.
I need to get back on the grid. I took a little hiatus. I had creators block, been struggling.
Like, I mean, it hits everybody as far as creators. I think the biggest thing, you just got to put something out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if the business is your business is different than mine. I just for me, it's like, I've been in a spot where I try to be consistent, but then I always get down on myself. It's like, I feel like I'm putting out the same content, or it's not creative enough. So I'm like, I don't want to post this time. But now I'm just like, I'm going to post because I want it to stick in people's mind. Like, it don't matter what it is.
Algorithm is so messed up on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
I literally cannot stand it.
Yeah, algorithm is trash. But
it kills me.
Ashley, man, I had a great conversation. I mean, I think it was dope. Like, and by far, like, this is not a bad thing, but this has probably been the longest interview I've had of just.
Because I talk too damn much.
But I mean, I like talkers though. Like me, I'd rather have somebody that like to talk than me private. Like, come here, let me get you up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was a great conversation. I learned so much, just from you. I learned just, obviously, every time I talk to people, I get motivated myself just to, like, continue to stay in my craft, continue to stay in my bag. Because if you going through it, just know I'm on the other side. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the other side going through it with you. You're not by yourself. So it's like, I can't quit because I know Honeybee ain't quitting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't quit because it's other businesses.
Gotta help to hold each other up and hold each other accountable. I totally agree.
Facts. Like, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. And if there's anything, that I can do, or if anything that we can do over here at Big Boss Talk, just know we here to help you. I talked to Shanice gave me this idea. She was like, you should do like a reunion, with some of the guests that you sat down with. And so hopefully, as the time goes.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So you do like a big podcast with everybody on here.
Man, it'll be crazy. Like, just the amount of interviews, and just to be able to hear where people are now, and just, their takeaways from when they were on the show, and then what's new now. I think that'll be super dope just to have. And I hope you'll be able to join me, if we put that together and just be able to get it done. Because I know some people get nervous when they hear about podcasts. They be like, I don't know if I want to do this one. So I try to make sure it's a great environment, great, great energy.
And I was about to say, you make it very comfortable. I have been on some that where it's like,
Yeah, but thank you so much. I'm glad it was comfortable. But the only thing is, because I just need recommendations as far as like, who should I sit down with next? Like, somebody that that fits the mold of the podcast. This is the key, the secret sauce to how the podcast actually works is obviously I reach out to some people, but a lot of this stuff is recommendations, and so I started to tap into people's network. So like, obviously when I post this interview, some of Shanice people gonna be like, oh, look at sis, you know that, you know, they gonna love that, because it's gonna be like, how this dude, you know what I'm saying? Like I think about that as far as like just creating a network of people that I know. And then maybe next time when y'all in Charlotte, we can put y'all on, show y'all some of them other what's out there in Charlotte, because it looked like I had a great time though in Charlotte.
We be faking.
No, y'all don't. I know you did not just say that.
We whoa, y'all think we had to get started off. Okay, for real. It was straight. The only thing that really pissed us, you know, we're hookah girls.
Yeah.
The only thing that took us over was that electric hookah bullshit. I was like, excuse me, and then $70. Baby, this a date. What you want me to pay?
$70. Where was that at?
We went to some little hood spot or some club. But Tattoo and Booze had it too, though.
Tattoos and Booze had the electric hookah?
Yes, and then another spot that we went to, and then also too, the other thing I don't like, they lock bottles up in Charlotte. What the hell is that about? Don't know. But the bottles being locked up, I felt confined, and I ain't even the bottle. But I'm like, how I got to wait for you to come back to pour my drink?
You know that's how they I don't know, man.
That's wild. Like, that's why if I want to walk up out the club with the bottle, that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen.
Ain't nothing.
For real, like, okay, sis. And we messed around, and the Polar girl didn't know. She must have been new. She did not know how to lock that bottle.
I can't believe y'all faking out here, man.
No, I'm just playing. We was not faking.
I was about to say, bro. I was like, y'all look like y'all had a great time.
We had a decent time. I don't think we was there long enough. And then the bars, like the times that we were going, there were no bar stools at the bars. It was also strange. Like it was just a standalone. It was like a stand-up bar. So our feet, woo.
Yeah.
But outside of that, we did have a good time. We met some really good people.
Yeah.
Shanice actually ran into a few of her subscribers out there. So it was good. My girl is.
That's crazy.
She out here. So we did that. We had a good time. We had a good time.
That's what's up.
Okay, so recommendations.
Give me 1 to 2, because I'm gonna hit them up, and I'm gonna try to get both.
Okay. I might have to give you another one offline.
Okay.
I gotta see, cause
you don't have to if you don't feel comfortable dropping them right now.
Okay, so for sure Twilizy. You know Twilizy.
Yeah.
And then the other one, I don't know if you got, is Frustrated. Did you get that? Okay. Mm-mm. She's a natural hair blogger. Okay. YouTuber, blogger. She's also really good. And then I gotta find you a guy. I need to get you a guy. I don't want to just be, I'm all for the ladies, but I gotta get you a guy.
Listen, I learned by doing this podcast, it's a lot more women.
I know they're men, and I'm sure your viewers probably maybe more men than women. So yeah, let me. I got a few, but I got to figure out who's gonna really give you.
Give me the okay.
But I think I got one in mind. I just hopefully he gonna do right. I hope he ain't childish. So I'm gonna see. I got to pray on that. I don't want to give you no bad.
I got you. I definitely gotta get Twilizy, because then that's gonna lock it down 3 out of 3. I need to get all 3 of y'all on at the same time. So I'm gonna do each one of y'all.
Child, I don't know if you want to do that.
Each one of y'all separate, and then I'm gonna do it gotta be like on some big boss talk uncut. Uncut. I need all 3 of y'all on here, because I think that'll be dope. Just as far as content, not only just for the world, but just something that y'all could go back and laugh and look at. So appreciate it. If you could send me the way, however way they like to be contacted.
Yeah, to spell it.
Instagram. So you can, if you want to send it through email, right? Or I'm gonna tag you in something tonight if you want to follow the page, and then you can just message me they Instagrams, and then I can reach out message them on Instagram. Just let them know, like, hey, this guy gonna reach out. So that's where it's more like a warm lead versus somebody just hitting them up out the blue.
Yeah, true. Okay, I'll definitely do that.
That'll be it. Well, other than that, I ain't gonna keep you too much longer. I know you gotta get ready to get up tomorrow.
I'm just it's Wednesdays, middle of the week. I'm ready for it to be Friday.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I really enjoyed this. This was a really, 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 really good experience. Like I said, the podcast that I do go on, I always have to get genuine vibes. So I always make sure I map y'all out before I get on to see if I really want to do it. And I was really excited to see what energy you was going to bring. And you do a very, very good job with leading properly. Like your transitions were great. Like you made me feel like I was just talking to you. Like that's why we was talking so long. Like I felt like we was just having a regular conversation. So it made me feel very, very comfortable, and I appreciate that.
That's what's up. Anytime. And so we're gonna lock it in. We got some good things in store coming up that you could definitely be a part of. But other than that, you have a good night.
Thank you.
If you need anything,
see y'all. Make sure y'all follow Honeybee.
Oh yeah, we gonna
on Instagram. Honeybee Hair Collection, and then Snook Day on my personal.
Yeah, there we go. We got it. We're gonna get you right.
All right. See you.
See you.